Said your damn young man shall see over me. Now you didn't call.
Mirasi, Benra was a day for the big boys. On the tournament, be your omom the face of the tournament. Your big boys are omuna among full Jessica, Ababeshe Womo. Omuni with Timmy Puli crowd to the various air centers, no, my tournament, no, Ayenika, Ayede. Na. And this will be Samia. I think that the big boys started playing yesterday. Meditum say Vinicius abo. Meditum say Spain ebotia Kived. Emma Lamy Yama ebe 71st minute one starting game no. But in the context of the World Cup, among we big boys ever World Cup no. Estati omo World Cup no. Enra. Na unim dia dika. Enra mesha na kwese born na near born enra no. I say 4x4. We boni die wi a no hand the baton the the next person. The next person gi wi a no so hand over to the next person. The obeji bia no and the H say we a big boy a walk up we no and the unfamiliar diagro. The first game I heard enra me share no was Air France versus A Senegal. And to be quite frank, enra me submissions on the game. Make I say I'll be extremely surprised to see say A Senegal betimenya a resource against Air France because France one of the favorites to win the World Cup. And France also our stars are air the World Cup. Now adia mami GD crack course through our the French national team when say and they were more to the expectation to the level of being say France the ball in the first half. What the kaka? France boy game against Senegal. France Mbappe. Olise. Due. Brantefedi Dembele. In the first 45 minutes of the game, France bought just one shot. And now in target too. The first 45 minutes of the game, France bought just one shot. In fact, you bought the first half we know. Now France SG expected goal 0.02. Senegal on any bono. About 5 shots in the first half. Senegal enya one of the 5 shots on target. Now Senegal SG in the first half 0.47. So in the first half on the first of airball near here when the next bit me win the first half na Senegal. So Michel France national team the big boys Brantefedi Olise were quiet in the first half. Me so say in the first 10 minutes Oshaya Mbappe enya 2 terrible first touch. Nina Olise eto ball mana na the first touch disappointing in the first 10 minutes of the game and Mbappe enso nya sa opportunities na the first touch enso etimi disappointing no. Now Andy, the sign of a good team is say they can change the game within moment. Second half they buy na no. And the way Olise started say why exerting influence game no so na no. And France decided say omo France say pin Senegal defense anymore and the pass in the bad never sa and I'm not surprised see a ball game you know a Brantefedi Olise no Andy edgy man of the match boy no ni ball
and effortless
Olise no ni ball the fact that on see a kind of club no now okaso ni ball it doesn't change anything. Olise ni ball akwara ni ball ni pia
ball no chese on ha no ho bebrebe o
hey oni ball ntino me na me surprise o start say all bad game no mo na Andy o say no ball as a winger but or dropping ball number 10 o say na Dembele ntimi mpuli air passes no it will drop it from the wings eba sa central position no and all check passes in this and I think that the decisive moment you make it difference any man the French national team even though say Mbappe issued the 2 goals in the but I think that Brantefedi Olise and the access say the first World Cup and the first World Cup and the access say also ba o ma mediagro na mumu no ye be kan nyina no Olise be bo ni nyina no so wanya play bia Andy obehwe odi finishing e be kan ball ne ho a enkanya enka Olise asemu also Olise an goal. But until Eka Olise assembly is because there was a certain player Olise effort no Andy obe finish the ama e Olisi unim say the last 3 World Cups are Air France abono ebi Mbappe the first goal with France the last 3 World Cups are France abono all of them say France air start here their first game their first goal is always scored by Mbappe starting from 2018 France first game was against Air Peru Abrante friend Mbappe and they first goal Edema France. The last World Cup in Qatar 2022, France first game was against Australia. And also Mbappe and they first goal Edema the French national team at the World Cup. And about the next World Cup in 2026. And also France ever said the first goal of the World Cup no. It is same Mbappe and they said the first goal Edema France. Yeah, we game no. Na Mbappe has 2 goals. Sa 2 goals na Mbappe ese no. Andy, the first goal no equally record. And then the second goal no set a new record. Edema air French football. Also the first goal no Emma oni Olivier Giroud ebe France all-time top scorer.
Yeah.
Equal 57. And then the second goal no say no. Ye kasa say Air France for Epe omo all-time top scorer Mbappe. I was say 58 goals for the French national team. We are not 20 Andy, only say or France for all-time top scorer at the World Cup.
Yeah.
The amazing is that Abrante friend Mbappe no, and ya kwese or the World Cup no, any playing ground. Baby or the diagram as well as simple at the World Cup. Abrante friend Mbappe as a 14 goals at the World Cup. So 14 goals in Mbappe as in the World Cup no. Andy, what the 15 games. And I said 14 goals at the World Cup. I'm extremely amazing. Before say Enra, I said 2 goals no. Now France all-time top scorer at the World Cup no. Now just Fontaine. And I just Fontaine. I said 13 goals for the French national team. Mbappe I say me no. I may say I can't Air France for all-time top scorer Mbappe. And you go to the tune chain. Now share the number of games that Mbappe here to score 14 goals at the World Cup. 15 games and 15 games at the World Cup, 14 goals for Mbappe. I'm very sure. Say be a more World Cup in you know. Now Abrante friend a closer and all time is a some Messi equally.
Yeah.
But you more game you know. And you more World Cup in you know. Now a closer record ne crown no. A feeling sir. One of Mbappe and Messi and betting afa SR record no. Now even though Abia Maso Messi betting afa record no. But because the age I want Mbappe side into no. Betting aka Abia a prophecy by a prediction. Say Mbappe be retire. I want retire no. Not World Cup no. Or the World Cup all-time air top scorer. And I think that in terms of the World Cup no, Mbappe is extremely efficient. France for that starting. Then the way I must start in Andy will be Air France for no and so a serious. Mbappe me na no and a big boy back Halaand and so taking over the mantle from Mbappe. On say Halaand Air World Cup ni that. The first World Cup ni the first World Cup, the first game. And when me catch that was say no way entime and say 3 or more. No me surprise okay. Because me kind of we are no way about the qualifier. No way play the qualifier 8 games in the qualifier for the World Cup no way winning 8/8. They scored 37 goals. They considered only 5. And the first game at the World Cup against not a big team in contest in the World Cup and they say Iraq and big boys and say no way 8 Italy and home and away at the World Cup qualifier. Now say no way 8 qualify for the World Cup. Now the first game against Iraq. Say no way entime win game na nanka be me wanwa na mum no say Mbappe take the center stage able 2 goals for Air France no. Halaand say no way su team no omkra decent squad there. But the face of Air no way for team no Halaand na da be ka Halaand asem Andy onye obi oni ball bo what you say enra the first half no I will 2 goals no. Now the touches in the first half no only 11 pay. Halaand touched ball 11 times in the first half. But 11 touches no. Now Brandon able to go for Air Norway. And I think that and the one by Adrian said a World Cup, you know, me undercard. Do bet me a police surprise. One show bet me most of the big teams, you know, Air Norway. and you know Norway beating Iraq by 4-1 no and just surprising Abrante Fred Mbappe at the mantle no Emma Halaand and Halaand also able 82 goals are on also Eddie economy. Now I think that was not enough. Mbappe about the 2 goals. Halaand about the 2 goals. Made a Ibiama air trend. Movie a game na no unse Halaand echo tweet say Messi is a madman. Because on about the 2 goals away. Mbappe about the 2 goals away. Obi Adam say the 2 big boys no and rank Ebeka o masem no ka Mbappe any Halaand Ebeka o masem. But Messi is still around. Messi nso wie ya achi Algeria abo Algeria e come yensa e Algeria entimi anti. In the process said Mbappe e goals no a certain record no Messi nso goals no share den run no enso ma Messi several air recorder or setting by so bo air sa hat-trick no dey kai Messi first hat-trick at the World Cup o Messi abo we can one 6 World Cups and a Messi bo the most by any player and they say CR7 started at the air Portugal only CR7 pe and able air more World Cups general and a Messi able the World Cup air number 6 World Cup number 6 you know Messi able how many matches 27 games and a Messi able Enra and also the most by any player Nemo no Messi ball a wabo nyina hat-trick a wabo nyina no na Messi emo hat-trick at the World Cup that Tenra and a Messi able the first hat-trick at the World Cup. In the process he became the oldest player Andy also a hat-trick at the World Cup. Player be anyone when you need to say Messi. There are several players when you need more than Messi or Masha goes at the World Cup. But be anyone more when you need to say Messi or a hat-trick at the World Cup. And I think that's the first record and Messi STA. Messi we you know. Also before this World Cup no. Now Messi 13 goals at the World Cup. 13 goals now Messi won no. Messi di miensa beka honra. Miensa na Messi di abeka honra no. Say ye can air World Cup no all-time top scorers. Messi said that accolade no with no stuff a closer. Young World Cup you know. Now Messi assign a closer home and so air conanim. Now Andy, the man Messi numbers no air quite crazy is that Messi the man of the match and Maso ye can World Cup now. Man of the match awards a Messi Ajim Kwano air 12. Started back in 2010. Messi edge man of the match one penalty. 2014 Messi ebeji man of the match in Kwa air 4. 2018 Messi edge just 1 pay. The last World Cup in Argentina G no Messi edge man of the match awards air 5 times. And then there is no player man of the match award see a ball match we na we why player of the match no Messi in the cross record now why the sir air 12 times on top of it World Cup air golden boot best player of the World Cup no Messi is the only player why didn't you Messi won the World Cup golden boot in 2014 and 2022 air World Cup and also there is no player yebo World Cup we no why player of the tournament air twice Messi again twice and Messi betimia kapu we nyina so obere tie no na e bia air World Cup all time top scorer no eno so Abrante Fred air Messi onim dia nika on Argentina next 2 games Argentina plays against Austria and then Jordan. So Messi timi bo hat-trick against Algeria. Maybe the toughest opposition in the group no ebe Austria. And I think that against Air Jordan any Austria there potentially ebia yenwe group stage in nkoa no na closer air record no na ebia Messi enso etimi awie owie no ense na de o ma pass baton to CR7 so Mbappe na shase and Mbappe de ma Halaand de ma Messi the enso finish ASR really no CR7 Andy and Mamenka CR7 is 41 years CR7 no why 41 years don't expect him to be running too much. Said the Argentina players and I decided say they want to play for Leo Messi no and then Mexico is Portugal for no and soon decided say they are going to play for Abrantia if in CR7 or more technically gifted midfield Sami ha many Andy see I can walk up with players team a crowd the best air midfielder Andy I'm say Portugal for na so oni menya adwena João Neves, Bruno Fernandes and Vitina sa players no ene Portugal for mfimfin a chire crowd in your bad actually no say Nuno Mendes na ball left back Cancelo the right back almost center back no and their brand friend no Ruben Diaz. It's one of their centre backs.
Onwepra and they were out of the game.
But still, they have a decent back line.
Good player.
By Infino, making sure that Ronaldo have the services. Ronaldo will not press. Ronaldo will not run. Ronaldo, Jinaho, actually said, "Boy, Beba, Nandi, what you are connected, and Ama Air Portugal for no." And so the Messi at Timia, Ama Argentina for place in Nano, ever some Bobo at the Manono. Portugal for in decided say they are playing for Brantia. Your friend Ronaldo. Okay. I think that and they also finish it. Now competition in there. Messi bought 3 goals. Now and then Ronaldo so debate 2 and 3 at so. Now the goal debate it was so I'm expecting CR7. So basic form. Or basic form one and the other players and then Juma from CR7.